What's going on, everybody? Today's video is not a dip review, it's a little conversation. I don't know. Figure do a video right now. I'm kind of bored. Got nothing to do, not enough snow out anymore. Go snowmobiling, so. But yeah, I would dip right in with some red seal long cut wintergreen. I just did a review about that. I don't like this song. This song is kind of annoying. They used to play it way too much. But today's conversation is about underage dipping. I mean, I really don't know what to say, because I used to underage dip, obviously. But no one usually starts out when they're 18, like, oh, I want to dip. No. They usually try it before. But I don't know, underage dipping, like, I don't see a problem with it. I mean, I'm not saying it's okay to do. I mean, obviously you should, if your parents, like, are decent about it, and, you know, they know you dip, and it's like, with my family, it was like a no mention thing. Like, they knew you dip, they knew I did, but you don't mention it. I mean, you don't do it around them, you don't mention it. I mean, I started doing it around them when I was 18, but that's because it was legal. But, like, I remember one time I left my sweatpants in my room laying on my floor when I was like 16 or 17, and canned dip was in there. Well, came back, and my grandma always comes to my room and gets my dirty clothes out of my hamper, and, well, like, it was in my pants, and I forgot about it, and I left. Well, I came back, and my hamper was empty, and my dirty clothes were gone. I'm like, oh, crap, because I remember when I saw that. And then my dip can was right next to my hamper, right on a box. I'm like, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. She didn't take it, so. It was sort of like, you know you did it, just don't mention it, don't do it. Don't do it in front of them. It's sort of, you know. I mean, if you got caught with it, obviously that time I didn't get in trouble, but if you got caught with it, they would just take it away. Really nothing said about it, but I never got a can taken away. They found a couple of my spit bottles, but that was about it. But I don't know, like, underage dipping, I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, I think you should respect your parents. I mean, obviously, you don't have to listen to me because I'm not your parents, but you should respect your parents. If they don't want you doing it, you shouldn't do it. I mean, it's just a simple fact. I mean, don't get me wrong, if you're like 12, 13, 14, you shouldn't be dipping. You shouldn't be smoking, you shouldn't be dipping. You're too young. I mean, seriously? I mean, I hear everyone say if I could take dipping back, if I take smoking back, I would, but I don't know if I would. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I probably spent a lot of money on dip. And I'm having little issues with my girlfriend right now. We're getting in big fights about it, but I like dipping. I mean, it's relaxing and it gives you something to do when you're bored. You put a dip in, you're just sitting there, you're spitting, you know, moving around with your tongue. It gives you something to do, you know. It gets that feeling something's in your lip. Like, I don't even have to have dip sometimes. If I have a piece of gum I put in my lip, that craving for dip goes away. I mean, I'm addicted to dip, don't get me wrong, but if I put a piece of gum in my lip, it's fine. Like, I just like something in my lip. But yeah, like, if you're 12, 13, 14, you shouldn't be dipping. But if you're like 15, 16, 17, I mean, if your parents are okay with it, or like, it's sort of like a don't mention thing, then, I don't know, go for it. I mean, I'm not gonna say go for it, because, I don't know, tobacco is bad for you. I mean, obviously, it's bad for you. Everyone knows it is. I know it is, you know it is, everyone knows it is. But, like, if you've already been dipping, I mean, it's really not that bad. I would consider doing this before I would smoke. I used to smoke, so. But, I'll do this, you know. And if you do smoke and you're not a dipper, you need to check out, Dan at RealCigReview. I mean, he has a good smoking channel. But, yeah. So if you're a smoker, check out his channel. He does cigars, he does cigarettes, he does cigarellos. I mean, he does all sorts of things. He talks about the body and all that, and that's a good channel. So if you smoke, check out that channel. But if you dip, obviously check out my channel because I'm a dipper. But if you don't like my videos, they're Mudjug1. He does great reviews. He does great videos. That guy is amazing. He's the president of Mudjugs, you know, Splatoons. He's the president of that, and he does a good job. But yeah, I don't know, like, underage dipping, I mean, when I have kids, and I really don't know. If I found out my kid was dipping at 16, 17, I mean, I obviously can't tell them, don't do it, because I did it. I mean, I hear parents all the time say, well, I'm not going to have my kids do anything like I did, and I'm going to try and make them not smoke and not do that. Well, if you did it, you really can't tell them not to do it. I mean, you can advise them not to do it, don't get me wrong. You can be like, it's not a good idea, you shouldn't do it, but you can't say don't do it. You can't. I mean, if they're 13, 14, sure, go ahead. But if they're 16, 17, almost 18, you can't tell them not to do it. I mean, you did it. I mean, when I have kids, I'm not going to tell my kids. I'm going to advise them, but if they're ended up doing it, I can't be like, well, you can't do that, that's wrong. I did it when I was that age. What am I supposed to say? I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I mean, I can't do it. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't buy dip for my kids. If they're 16, 17, they're going to have to do it like I did. They're going to have to do it on their own. I mean, they're going to have to find some way to get it or something, but I mean, if my kid's 17, I see him dipping, I'm not going to take it away from him. I mean, I don't know if I'd let him do it around me. At 16, I wouldn't. 16, he'd have to be on his own. But 17, almost 18, I mean, I really wouldn't have a problem with it. I mean, I wouldn't buy it for him because I'm not going to buy it for underage dippers, but even if they're my own kids, but I don't know what I would do. I mean, I wouldn't want him to do it around me until he was 18, but for him having it, I can't really say much. I mean, I plan on getting married to the girlfriend I'm with now, so their mom will probably freak out about it, but I really can't say no, don't do that, because the way it looks now, I don't know, I'll probably still be dipping by then, but I don't know. Hopefully, I might quit, I don't know. Haven't really decided if I wanted to or not. I really don't want to, but if I'm going to quit, it is better to quit now than later on in life, but I don't know. But yeah, that's my views on underage dipping. I mean, it is what it is. If you're 13, 14, 11, 12, you shouldn't be dipping, you shouldn't be smoking. But if you're over that, I mean, obviously, you're old enough to make some adult decisions. Not all, but some. And this might be one of them. And, I don't know. It is sort of what it is. But yeah, I don't know. Those are my views on underage dipping. So, hope you guys like this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Have a good day.